Welcome back to Number Math, in which we take that great mathematical ability that's deep inside all of us and apply a little bit of effort to get that greatness out of us. Applying color to identify and sequence within math, always providing students with an opportunity to solve independently and self-assess at the end of the video. And why would you not? When practice builds proficiency and repetition strengthens retention. This one goes out to my Math 2 quiz review crew. Kicking it off with number 1, let's rock this thing. Angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair. All right, right away, I'm going to highlight linear pair, okay? Very significant for this reason, okay? Linear is line, and a pair always just tells me that things come in twos, all right? And with a linear pair, well, what we have here is a straight angle that goes all the way through, but then we have another ray that comes in dicing it, all right? Now, any straight angle, or basically just a line, is 180 degrees, okay? So imagine a little half a basketball, half moon, half softball, baseball, whatever it may be. Okay, so angle 1 and angle 2 total 180 degrees. So when we work through that, oh my goodness, yes, it is a supplementary angle. Oh, you identified it by just understanding that. Well, angle 1 is clearly not congruent to angle 2, meaning the same angle measurement. So we will definitely use supplementary angles as angle plus angle equals 180. And what is the measurement of angle 1? Yes, the measurement of angle 1 is 5x minus 11. Whoa, it's not a degree, it's an expression. It sure is. We are just going to go ahead and write that down. 5x minus 11. All right, and then we will add that to the other angle measurement, which is again an expression, 23x minus 5. Okay, so we're just following along this formula here. And then we're just going to set that equal to 180, so no big deal. Great job writing the equation. Awesome work, guys. All right, now, just like any other equation, let's just kind of read through it. 5x minus 11 plus 23x minus 5 equals 180. 180 by itself on the right side. Whole lot of action going on here on the left. What can we do? Exactly. We can combine like terms. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to circle my 5x. All right, and what can I combine that with? Exactly, the term with the variable x as well, which is 23x. And if I had 5x and I added the Jordan 23x to it, how many x do we have? We sure do. We have 28x. Anything else we can combine? Yes, two of the constants, negative 11 and negative 5. Wonderful job. All right, I'll box those just to differentiate a little bit so you guys can visually see that representation. Negative 11 minus 5 or negative 11 plus negative 5 both give you the negative sweet 16. Set that equal to 180. Wonderful. All right, again, our 180 is isolated on the right side. And what's a number that stands alone? Yes, it's a constant, just trying to add in that mathematical terminology for all of us. All right. We will need to isolate that 28x. And what's hanging out with 28x? Yes, exactly, that negative 16. It's subtracting 16. And how can we get rid of that? We sure can. We can do the inverse operation, the opposite. All right, if it's subtract above, add below. And what we do to one side, we always make sure to do to the other. Top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom, left to right. 28x, anything below it? Nope. Go ahead and just drop it down. Negative 16 plus 16, cross it out. Bring down our equals. 180 plus 16 is 196. I will put this into my calculator because, yes, Mr. Number is unsure. We will divide that by 28, and we will get x equals 7. All right, so let me go ahead here. Divide, and we have, usually I like to switch to that in green. 28, and x equals 7. We'll go ahead and circle that. Now what we are going to do, we have not found the angle measurement, but it's looking for us to find the measurement of angle 1. I'm going to highlight the measurement of angle 1 in pink, which is 5x minus 11. What have we learned in class? Yes, we have, you wonderful young students. We just simply plug in our x. Well, 5x is telling us to do 5 times x. And we know what our x value is now of 7. So I'm just going to open up a parenthesis in case I'm plugging this into my calculator. And I'm just going to finish writing it out. Equals, well, 5 times 7 is 35, minus the 11 equals, yes, my favorite math game of all time, 24. So 24 degrees is the measurement of angle 1. Now, what if it was asking us to find the measurement of angle 2? What could we do? Well, what we could do, we could just plug it into the measurement of angle 2, our x, or now that we have solved for the measurement of angle 1, we can simply do, because we know those two angles total 180, well, angle 2 equals 180 minus that 24. So angle 2 equals 156 degrees. And if we do angle plus angle, it equals 180. Boom, let's go. All right, go ahead and pause the video. Feel free to jot this down. Again, it's a linear pair. Measurement of angle 1, right there for us. Measurement of angle 2, right there for us. You might want to jot that down. Pause the video because we are going to continue. All right, find the measurement of angle 2. If the measurement of angle 2 equals 8, open parenthesis, x plus 11, close parenthesis. What do we know? Thank you, class. We will distribute. And the measurement of angle 4 equals 34, open parenthesis, x minus 2, close parenthesis. All right, well, let's take a look. It wants us to find the measurement of angle 2. I'm just going to go ahead and just give that a quick highlight. Ooh, let me do that in yellow for us. All right, and it's giving us the measurement of angle 2. Wonderful. What other measurement is it giving us? Angle 4. Great. Perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change this to yellow briefly, okay? So just so we can see, yes, I do know they are congruent. It's obvious they're the same size as 1 and 3 are clearly smaller. But there's also a term we learned, and that's yes, exactly. All right, do you see how the point where they meet is exactly, let me see, hold on, let me just switch to gray, right there. So 2 and 4 are vertical angles, but also where 1 and 3 would meet, they would be vertical angles as well. And vertical angles, yes, tell us they are congruent to one another. And if they are congruent, that means the angle is equal to angle. And just so you guys can see it, we're just going to use the formula angle equals angle. Beautiful. All right, so again, a couple of expressions here. Let me go ahead and change that yellow back to black. All right. And let's just go ahead and plug these down, okay? So we're going to put the 8. I'm going to open the parenthesis, do x plus 11, close it. I'm going to set that equal to our other angle measurement of 34. Open x minus 2, close it. From there, yes, guys, you guys already told me to distribute. Phenomenal, okay? 8 times x, yes. 8x, 8 times 11. Whoa, Michael Irvin, thank you. 88, 8's all around, the sign of the gods. Let's all give thank you to the ones that we... Yes, wonderful. Okay, let's go. 34 times x is 34x. 34 times negative 2 is negative 68. And let's just take a look. We have 8x plus 88 on the left side of the equal sign. Nothing to combine there. 34x minus 68 on the other side, or the right side of the equal sign. Nothing there to combine. All right, now, yes, you can do inverse operations of constants. You can start with the terms of the variables. I like to start with the term with the variables. And also something I learned from Mr. P during my first year is that what he likes to do, now what I now like to do, when I start with the term with the variables, we have 8x and 34x, I like to get rid of the one with less value first. That way we divide by a positive in the end. And yes, it does play a little more valuable of a role when we are working with inequalities as we did in Math 1, but sometimes dividing by that negative number confuses some, causing us to potentially circle the wrong answer. No! All right. So we know that 8 is definitely less than 34, and since that's a positive 8x, what do? Thank you, class. We subtract 8x, and what we do to one side, you guys are amazing. We do to the other. Top to bottom, left to right, 8x minus 8x. Get rid of it. You're 88. drop it down. Do I need to bring that positive with it? No. But if it were a negative, we certainly would have to. All right, 34x minus 8x gives us 26x. Oh my goodness, and look what we're dropping down, that negative 68. All right, now from here, we have 88 by itself, so we need to isolate the term with the variable, 26x. And what's hanging out with 26x? Yes, it is. It's the negative 68 or the subtraction of 68. And if we do the inverse operation, the opposite, okay? So if that's subtraction, the opposite's addition. Beautiful job. You guys are incredible. All right, 88 plus 68. 140 plus 16 gives us a 156 equals 26x. Negative 68 plus 68, get rid of it. I will switch to green. We will be dividing by 26. And I am going to put that into the calculator as 156 divided by 26, which equals 6. All right, so x equals 6. And we already know that x is not our angle measurement. Now, it's asking us to find the measurement of angle 2. But angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. So technically, you could plug either into here or into the measurement of angle 4. Does not matter. But because it's asking us to solve for the measurement of angle 2, I'm just going to go ahead and highlight that. All right. There's a reason that did not get highlighted, that 1, and that's because it was originally, I made a typo error and I put a 0, so I had to go back and restart the video. I know, brutal. All right, here we go though. Let's take that 8. All right, let's open up the parenthesis. It's telling us our x value is 6, and it's just telling us to do plus 11. All right, I want you to think PEMDAS, parentheses. What's inside those parentheses? 6 plus 11, yes, 17. We can do 8. We can open 17 equals 80 and 56 should give us 136. I could be wrong. 8 times 17 equals 136 degrees, giving you your answer. So we know that angle 2 is 136. We also know that angle 4 is 136. And if angles 1 and 2 form a linear pair and they total 180, if we needed to find 1 and 3, we would do 180 minus 36, giving us 44 degrees for 1 and 3. Now go ahead and pause the video, as you might want to practice that second one on your own. Feel free. Answer key at the end. And moving forward to number 3, if the measurement of angle 1 equals 7x minus 4 and the measurement of angle 2 equals 15x minus 14, what is the measurement of angle 4? Oh my goodness, a lot going on here. All right, well, here's angle 1. It's giving us that measurement. It's giving us angle 2. All right, so I'm just going to highlight that in yellow, if it lets me here. All right, our different measurements. And then we're solving for 4. All right, I'll put that in pink since that's what we tend to plug into, but we're going to have to plug into something later. You know what? We'll leave it. That's fine. Okay, so what do we know about 1 and 2? Well, if you zoom in, we know that 1 and 2 are not vertical angles. All right, it's 2 and 4 are vertical angles. So that means 2 and 4 are congruent, but 1 and 2 are a linear pair. They're clearly different in size, so we will use supplementary of angle plus angle equals 180. All right, so let me go ahead. Measurement of angle 1 is 7x minus 4. 7x minus 4. All right, we'll do plus 15x minus 14. We will set that equal to 180. Okay, so again, guys, all of math, identify, recognize, sequence. Well, we've identified that 1 and 2 are a linear pair, and they are not congruent, so we know exactly which formula to use. All right, and then, so now we've recognized what to do in writing our equation. Now we just need to sequence through it. All right, again, whole lot going on the left side. What can we combine? Yes, we can. 7x with our 15x. If I had 7x and I added 15x, how many x do I have? 22x. That 2 just looks so bad. My 2s aren't the best. My 9s look like A's. I've got to up my game. -4 minus 14, or -4 plus -14 gives us -18. Set that equal to our 180. And then our next step is to isolate that 22x by itself. That's subtracting 18. What's the opposite of that subtraction? Right below, we'll write it. Yes, with a plus 18. What we do to one side, we again do to the other. Draw your line. Top to bottom, left to right, 22x, nothing below it. Drop it down. -18 plus 18 equals 180 plus 18, which gives us 198. Yes, Mr. Richards will again have to use his calculator to do 198 divided by 22. X equals 9. We do need to plug that in to find the measurement of angle 4. Now, should I plug that into angle 1? Or should I plug that into angle 2? Exactly, because 2 and 4 are congruent. Vertical angles are congruent. We will plug that into the measurement of angle 2. All right, so what I'm going to do is right here, I'm just going to highlight that in pink together with that yellow. It's a little blended, different color, but hey, it works. All right, here we go. Let me switch. We are just going to plug in our X. All right, let's do that down here. Sorry about that. All right, so we have 15x. Well, 15x tells us to do exactly, class, 15 times x, which is 9. Then we will subtract that 14. We will hit equals. All right, so it should be 135 minus 14 should be 121. 121 degrees. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and circle that. So angle 4 is definitely 121 degrees, making angle 2 121 degrees. And if we do our 180 and you were to solve for angle 1 or angle 3, you do 180 minus 121, giving you 59 degrees for angles 1 and 3 because they're both vertical, meaning they're congruent. All right, so everything's really coming into play here. Go ahead and pause the video if you'd like to try number 3 on your own before I advance and move forward. Yes, we will now. All right, number 4. Find the measurement of angle 5 if the measurement of angle 3 equals 7x plus 5 and the measurement of angle 5 equals 17x minus 17. All right, just like I kind of taught you guys in class here, okay? We have 2 quadrants, right? 4 numbers. That's a quadrant. 4 numbers. That's a quadrant. All right. Out of those 8 total angle measurements, all right, there's really only 2 measurements. 8 angles, 2 measurements, 4 of which will share 1 measurement, 4 of which will share the other measurement. All right, now it's asking us to find the angle 5. I'm just going to highlight angle 5. All right, if the measurement of angle 3 equals, okay, so it's giving us the measurement of angle 3 and the measurement of angle 5. All right, now 3 and 5. Do they look and appear to be the exact same size? 5 kind of has that big wide mouth. We know it's greater than 90. And 3 kind of has that closed mouth, definitely less than 90. So definitely not congruent angles. All right, so we will be using angle plus angle equals 180. So let's go ahead and just plug that in. All right, measurement of angle 3 is 7x plus 5. Oh, it's in highlighter mode. Plus the measurement of angle 5, which is 17x minus 17. We will set that equal to 180. Wonderful. And again, a lot going on the left side. What shall we do? We will combine like terms. 7x plus 17x. Oh my goodness, it shows up again. His favorite math game of 24. Don't forget the x. 5 minus 17 gives us negative 12. Set that equal to our 180. And again, wonderful job sequencing. Yes, I will add 12 to both sides. Thank you. You guys have been dominating and crushing this as of the last few weeks for all of these that we've covered. Anything having to do with solving equations, you guys are really showing great strength in, and I'm very proud of you all. All right, 180 plus 12 is 192. See how the 9 kind of looks like an A? I don't know why I do it like that every time, but it is what it is. We will divide each side by 24 to get our x, and when we do 192 divided by 24, we get 8. So our x is going to be equal to 8. Is that our angle measurement? No. All right. It wants us to find the measurement of 5. Did not mean to do that. We'll find 5, and then we will grab our highlighter. And again, we're just going to plug in, okay? 17x, so 17. And we're just going to work on that, like ballpark right in here. All right, 17 times our x value of 8 minus 17 equals. All right, so what we're going to do, we should have 136 minus 17, but let's just go ahead and let's plop this in just so you guys can really see that all we have to do is if we write it and we enter it the exact same way, it will give us the correct answer, which is 119. All right. So if we know that the measurement of angle 5 is 119 degrees, all right, and let's just say we wanted to find 3 right away, well, here we go. Linear pair, 180 minus 119 would give us angle 6 of 61 degrees. And take a look, yes, 3 and 6 are congruent angles. They're alternate interior. They're inside the parallel lines, and they alternate from the transversal. Woo, woo. All right, let's go ahead and pause the video. If you'd like to practice number 4, do it. Do it. All right, I just felt like doing that. It's from an old movie. I forget what it is. Maybe Starsky and Hutch, and I didn't even do that great of an impression. What is the value of x? All right, so first thing we want to do, well, it's not giving us like all these angles, but take a look. All right, right here where it really like encloses, we have a small mouth, and this is a small mouth because along this line and along this line, you can see it's clear that they both have the smaller mouth. So if they both do, that means they are congruent. We're just going to do angle equals angle. So we will do 3x plus 29 equals 9x minus 7. All right, no, there is nothing to combine. Great job. What does Mr. Richards like to move first? Exactly, is term with the variable that has the least value. So term with the value variables are 3x and 9x, and we will get rid of that plus 3x by subtracting 3x. And what we do to one side, we do to the other. Top to bottom, left to right. 3x minus 3x, get rid of it, 29. Yes, go ahead and drop that down again. 9x minus 3x equals 6x. That negative 7, go ahead and drop it. We need to isolate that 6x. What's the next step? Go ahead and add 7 to both sides. 29 plus 7 is 36 equals 6x. And how will we get our x? We will divide each side by 6. And if x equals 6 and it only asked us to find x, well, 6 is your answer. All right, go ahead and pause the video. You might want to practice number 5 at home. And we will scroll forward to number 6. Oh, I love these ones. Yes, it's getting very interesting. All right, the measurement of angle 1 equals 21 degrees, and the measurement of angle 3 equals 113 degrees. So it's actually giving us the degree measurements. Well, let's take a look. 1 is 21 degrees. All right, 3 is 113 degrees. All right. Well, I guess the first thing that it's looking for is an angle vertical to angle 3. Well, we know, what do we know about vertical angles, guys? Here's angle 3. All right. And if we draw that point, it points to number 5. All right, so we know that the angle vertical to angle 3 is angle 5. All right. An angle that forms a linear pair with angle 3. Now, when I think of pairs, pairs come in twos, right? So let's just say I went this way. Oh my goodness, that's not like a full line, but it includes a pair of angles, but it still doesn't make a full line of 180 degrees, so we will get rid of that, and we will do it like this. All right, so 3 and 4 form a pair that equal 180 degrees. So an angle that forms a linear pair with angle 3 is just simply going to be angle 4. Oh my goodness, measurement of angle 5, measurement of angle 2, measurement of angle 4. Oh my goodness, but what is the measurement of angle 5? Well, if angle 5 is vertical to angle 3, and we know they're congruent, they're the same size, so we know that angle 5 is 113 degrees. Let's just go ahead and put that in there. Okay, now it wants the measurement of angle 4. All right, well, what we can do is for 4, I'll do this in green. Well, 4 and 5 make a linear pair. So we can simply just do, and let me just actually put this off to the side so you guys can clearly see it. Angle 4 equals 180, all right, minus 113. Oh, I don't know why it keeps auto switching. That drives me nuts. So angle 4 equals, let's see, 67 degrees. All right, so angle 4 is 67 degrees. And now it also wants what? Angle 4, 67 degrees. Sorry about the sloppy writing there. I don't know why I'm in such a rush. Measurement of angle 2. All right, well, we don't know the measurement of angle 2 yet, but this one will rock and orange. We do know. Again, you see how this line right here is just straight line, right? What we're going to do is we're going to go all the way over. So instead of angle plus angle, it's actually going to be angle plus angle plus angle equals 180. But we already have 2 of them. All right, so if you did 180 minus the 21 of angle 1 and minus the 113, minus 113 minus 21, that would equal, let's see, 134. It should be 46, but let's go ahead and make sure. 180 minus 113. You can put it in as minus 21 equals 46. And yes, we were spot on. You guys actually did a tremendous job with that in class. Very proud of you guys, so thank you. All right. Moving forward, number 6 for you to go ahead and pause. Very similar. Angles might look a little different. I don't know if I made them the same or they look different. So you might have a couple of similar answers or not. Moving forward to number 7. Again, I kind of split this. We'll do this one together. This one over here, you guys will try independently. Measurement of angle 5 equals 99 degrees. All right, so it's actually just giving us this measurement of 99 degrees. All right, an angle that makes a linear pair with angle 5. Now, you could go 2 ways with this. All right, you can go right here with this line and do 5 and 6, or you could go with the transversal and do 5 and 7. I'm going to delete that. I don't want to confuse you. That's a lot of writing on the table. All right, we do that. That's 99 degrees. I just like to go with, I can see that very clear. All right, so I'm just going to go like head right there. And we can see that together will total 180, making that linear pair. So angle 5, you can put angle 6, but if you saw it before, or angle 7, make a linear pair with it, okay? Now the corresponding angle to angle 5. Okay, let's take a look. We have our quadrant, all right? If angle 5 is in the top left corner, all right, and we look at this quadrant, we want top left corner, angle 1. I mean, it's truly as simple as that. It's going to be in the exact same spot as the other quadrant, corresponding, and we took that note, exact same spot as other quadrant, okay? It's all you really need to know. All right, solve for angle 4. All right, well, what do we know about angle 5? Angle 5, and I'll highlight this in yellow right here, it alternates on the interior to angle 4, so that makes them congruent. So if angle 5 is 99 degrees, well, angle 4 is 99 degrees. And guys, again, you can clearly tell just by looking at it, but it will come into play a little bit later. All right, solve for angle 3. Well, if we know that now angle 4 is 99 degrees, and there's only 2 measurements throughout this entirety here, well, 180 minus 99 gives us 81, so we know that angle 3 is now 81 degrees. And you, my wonderful viewer, go ahead and pause for your number 7 and give it a go. We'll move forward to number 8. All right. Whoa, dude, a lot going on. What is that? Those angles all look so similar. What am I going to do? Well, let's find the measurement of angle 1 if the measurement of angle 5 equals 5x plus 23, and the measurement of angle 2 equals 8x minus 13. So it wants us to find the measurement of angle 1. Let me go back to my bigger highlighter. All right, we're going to highlight that. Then it's giving us the measurement of angle 5. All right, so we'll highlight that. And then it's also giving us the measurement of angle 2. Okay, beautiful. We'll highlight that. Well, 1 and 2, great. They are. Excellent job. All right, they are vertical angles. Makes 1 and 2 congruent. Now, going back to that quadrant and why this plays a key role, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to circle a quadrant here. And I'm going to circle a quadrant here. All right? If our 1 is mid-left, well, if our 5 is also mid-left, all right? Taking a look, let's see, it's a clock. All right? And if it's to the left of that dot or 9 o'clock, and this is to the left of that dot or 9 o'clock, well, guess what? They're congruent angles, okay? This is where the corresponding angles truly come to play when we don't have, and it just looks kind of close. Now, if you turn your paper, you can definitely see it. All right, I don't think I can do that using my video here, so it won't be able to turn for you to see. But just in case you're struggling, or if you would prefer to identify the corresponding, more power to you. The verticals, more power to you. What do we know about corresponding and vertical? Yes, they are congruent. So we will set this up as angle equals angle. Now the measurement of 5 is 5x plus 23. We'll set that equal to 8x minus 13. From here, is there anything we can combine? No. Where does Mr. Richards like to start? Yes. Great job. We will subtract 5x from each side. Thank you. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm going to hustle too. I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead and cross that out. Top to bottom, left to right. Bring down the Jordan. Equals 8x minus 5x. Leaves us 3x minus 13. All right. And what shall we do next? Yes, we will do plus 13 and plus 13. 23 plus 13 gives us 36. Set that equal to 3x. Divide each side by 3. We will get x equals 12 or 12 equals x. I don't care which way you write it. But no, that does not give us our answer. We want to find for the angle of measurement 1. Now, we know these are congruent, so it doesn't matter which one we plug into. You can choose this one or this one. Which one do you guys want to go with? Really, you want to work with the negative. Fine. Hey, that's cool by me. More power to you. All right, we can do that. I always like to keep things positive. Oh, didn't mean to spin that one on you, but thank you. Minus 13 equals, all right, we should have 80 and 16, giving us 96 minus 13 equals 83. I will circle that, but let's go ahead and let's just plug it in just to make sure. 8 open parenthesis 12, close it, minus 13, just as you wrote it. Go ahead and hit enter, and yes, we do get the 83. That completes your review outside of number 8 for practice and me going back in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can go back and check your answers. And to go over your answer key with you, you guys worked on this number 1. All right, when you solve through, linear pair, all right, equals supplementary. So you should have done angle plus angle equals 180. Solve for your x of 4. Plugged it into the measurement of angle 1, which is 139 degrees. All right, if you wanted to try to solve for angle 2, you would have had 41 degrees. Moving forward to your number 2, you would have tried this one. And I started this for a reason, because when I went back and I plugged it in, I realized that the measurement of angle 2 is 28 degrees, and it's clearly larger than a 90-degree angle, so my bad on that. However, key note here, angle 2 and angle 4 are vertical angles, which make them congruent. So we should have done angle equals angle. All right. Cruising through, x equals 6. We plug it in. You can enter it just like this in your calculator, just to let you know. And it'll spit you out the correct answer of 28. All right. But you also could have plugged it in for the measurement of angle 4. Because they're vertical and they're congruent, you could have plugged it in here as well. Just to let you know, no big deal. It actually eliminates that 3 times x on the inside. And then you would just do 6 minus 2 and then do 7 times 4, which also gives you the 28 degrees. For your number 3, you would have done this one. I did build in these key notes as I went through it just to give you guys a full other explanation. Angle 1 and angle 2 are a linear pair. As you can see, they're across that line right there, which equals supplementary. And then you plug in for angle 1 because it's vertical to angle 3. All right, so if you're solving for 3, you can plug into 1. That'll give you that exact congruent measurement. All right. Number 4, you guys should have tried this one independently. All right, exterior same side equals supplementary. Just so you guys can see that. So we should have done angle plus angle equals 180. Your x equals 5. Plug in your x value for the measurement of angle 2. Should have had 83 degrees. All right, for your number 5, what is the value of x? You should have solved for this one. I also put in there alternate interior angles equals congruent. So we should have done angle equals angle. Now visually you can also tell by the size, but just so you guys have that full terminology and explanation to go with it. For your number 6, you should have worked on this one. Angle that's vertical to angle 3 is angle 5. All right, the measurement of angle 5 is 112 degrees because it is vertical to angle 3. The measurement of angle 2 is 22 degrees. Well, it gave us the measurement of angle 1, which is 46, and the angle 3, which is 112. And we know along this line, we have 3 angles. If we total those all together as angle plus angle plus angle, it equals 180 degrees. An angle that forms a linear pair with angle 3, well, we have angle 3, and if we would have went this way, it would have been angle plus angle plus angle, and 3 angles is more than a pair of 2, so we want to do angle 3 with angle 4 to make that linear pair. All right, and the measurement of angle 4 is 68 degrees. Could have found that out in multiple ways. We could have done the angle 3 and angle 4 for our linear pair and just done 180 minus 112, which is 68. If we would have solved for the measurement of angle 5 first, we also had another linear pair of 4 and 5, and again 180 minus 112 gives you the 68 degrees. For your number 7, sorry about that, I didn't mean to advance early on you. All right, measurement of angle 4 equals 137 degrees, meaning angle 1 will equal 137, 5 will equal 137, 8 will equal 137. If you did a linear pair or just 180 minus 137 one time, the other 4 angles would have all added up to 43 degrees. All right, so an angle that makes a linear pair with angle 4, well, you could have gone to angle 3, you also could have gone to angle 2. Corresponding angle to angle 4. Now again, think of that quadrant. All right, if we are in the bottom right for angle 4 of this quadrant, out of this quadrant we want to be bottom right. All right, just another explanation of that. Take a look, okay? I'm gonna highlight this, not highlight it, but that's our, let's just say both of our parallel lines, okay? Angle 4, all right, when we go through it here, is, what's it called? On the interior here, this is the exterior. Interior, exterior, same side is also the corresponding. It's also below this parallel line, and it's all 8 is below this parallel line. They're both to the right of that transversal line. All right. Moving forward to your number 8. I did add a couple of keynotes in there as well. All angles provided are congruent. All right, because angle 1 corresponds with angle 2, and angle 2 is vertical with angle 3. So any of these, if you're solving for angle 2, you could have plugged in for either 3 or 1. I chose to do 1 just to keep it positive. All right, and if we know that they're all congruent, we do angle equals angle. We should have had x equals 8 or 8 equals x, plugged it in, and gotten 68 degrees for your answer. That completes the review. Let's dominate, let's crush, let's destroy per the usual.